So, in our last session, we have started discussing about the AWS account creation process, right? So, first thing in AWS global infrastructure, we have primarily three components. One is AWS region. Region, there is no technical definition for word called region. It's just a geographical area or physical location where Amazon segregated it entire, different geographical locations. So we have 26 or 28. You just no need to remember the exact figure. If you want to know that exact figure, go to AWS Global Infrastructure. You can find this global infrastructure regions and availability zones. You can find here. Okay, total 27 and 87. This is 27 and this is 87. Okay, so you can find that exact count here, and even point of presence also not 300, it's 400 plus. I'm a bit outdated in these values. Okay, so you can see that where all the ones we have. This is Hyderabad coming soon. This is Mumbai. How many availability zones we have? So availability zone is nothing but a data center or combination of multiple data centers. If one data center goes down also, your data loss not going to happen. You are still going to have your data. Why? Because it's going to replicate across multiple availability zones. So such type of availability zones, we have 87 across the globe. So then we have edge locations or point of presence locations. So these locations are near to the client for better performance or to deliver less caching to the users. So we have point of presence locations. It will cache the data primarily. So then we have started discussing about AWS account creation. So this account creation involved with multiple steps. The first one is provide your email address, verify your email, set up a password and account name. So then in next step, you need to provide your contact information like your name, address, right? Your postal code, whether you are creating this account for your personal purpose or professional purpose, you need to give that. So then after, you need to give your payment information, like a credit card, a debit card, Visa card, MasterCard, American Express, and Discovery. These cards accepted. Okay, you provide that card information, and AWS is going to deduct 2 Indian rupees to validate that card. So then, they are going to refund it back also. So in next step, we need to verify our identity, just to confirm that no script is creating accounts, no bots are creating these accounts. So you can choose phone or email identity verification. Whatever the code you get to your phone, enter that, or whatever the code you get to your email, enter that here. So then we need to choose a support plan. So this is important when coming to certification point of view. Even we have seen some questions also, right, in our last session. So we have two types of supports. One is accounting and billing related. This is free. Whatever support plan you are using doesn't matter. You are going to get an option to raise this ticket 24/7, 365 days. You can choose contact method as a email, phone, chat. Okay. So one of the engineer will connect with you and he will help you to fix that issue. Or he will tell you what is the issue, what you need to do to fix the issue. So then we have technical support. This is like a technical assistance from AWS. If you are facing any issue related to servers, network, databases, whatever the service you have in AWS. Okay, so the first support plan is basic support plan. So it's free. Only first category will comes under that basic support plan, right? If you are looking for technical assistance, you need to depend on AWS Developer Forum, knowledge base articles, or AWS repost. Okay. So why? Because you're not paying anything. The second one is developer support plan. Its cost starts from $29 per month. Okay. So within 12 to 24 local business hours, we are going to get assistance from cloud support associate, a junior guy, not a senior guy. A junior guy will take up your issue and he will start working on it. Okay. So then one primary contact can raise unlimited tickets. That root user can raise a number of tickets. So then we have business support plan. When coming to this business support plan, that guy is AC. Okay, when coming to this business support plan, 100 it starts from $100 per month. So the least issue pickup time is 1 hour. If you select the priority as a production system down. Okay. So here we are going to get 24/7 phone, email, chat support from cloud support engineer. This guy is associate. This guy is an engineer. This guy is a senior cloud support engineer. So based on support plan also, to what level the ticket will go will change. So then we have enterprise support plan. It's a $15,000 per month. You don't have an option to pick this directly. You need to contact AWS. Okay. Even you can add multiple accounts for this enterprise support plan. For example, you have 50 accounts. For every individual account, you really don't want to purchase this business support plan. Then take enterprise support plan. 50 accounts you have for your organization will be part of that enterprise support plan. Only, for example, your organization have 2 accounts. Do we really need to pay $30,000 per month? So, not really required. So, one account or 10 accounts or 100 accounts, the price is going to be $15,000 only. That is a advantage we will get with enterprise support plan. So then once your account is created, so then you navigate to this login page. Let me log in now. As a root user, go to this page, aws.amazon.com/console. Otherwise, if you are too lazy to type this, type aws.com. I do this actually. Type aws.com. Automatically, it will redirect you to aws.amazon.com. Then click on sign in to the console. Okay. So then it will take you to this page. Not always. Not always it won't take you to this page. Sometimes you may land into this page. This is a standard page. It will ask you want to log in as a root user or IAM user. Okay, we just had an introduction. I told you only one point. We have 2 types of users in AWS. One is root user and second one is IAM user. I have not discussed anything about IAM. So we are going to log in as a root user now. Select the root user. Then give the root user email ID. So I have used this email ID to create this AWS account. Okay, I'm giving that email ID. Then click on next. Now, sometimes it may ask you to enter CAPTCHA. You just enter the CAPTCHA. Otherwise, directly password, you enter the password. Now, okay, so there is an additional step I added myself, that is a MFA code. I'll tell you how to activate this for security purpose. For example, like you know how many letters I typed when I'm typing my password. You started guessing my password. Even I only gave hints, right? Phone number, ex-girlfriend name, wife name, your mother name. These are some common passwords we kept, right? So somehow you got to know my password. Then what happened? You will log into my account. You launch a very high configuration server. End of the month, I need to pay the bill. Otherwise, I need to leave that account. So to not get into such type of issues, it's better to activate MFA, multi-factor authentication. Okay, so that is always recommended to enable MFA for your root account. So how to activate MFA is the first thing we will discuss. So I have logged into my AWS account. All right. So I've logged into my AWS account. So first, if I want to activate MFA, click on this top right corner. Whatever the account name you have given, that will display here. Then click on security credentials. The first option is changing your password or account name or email address. The second option is multi-factor authentication. So what is multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication or additional factor authentication? All three same. Just terminology is different. All three actually same. This is available for your Gmail also. When you enter your mail ID and password, okay, so then immediately, if you are using Authenticator application, it will ask you to enter 6-digit PIN number, or you will get a PIN number to your mobile SMS. So you need to enter that. So then only it allow you to log in, right? So that is an additional factor authentication or multi-factor. First factor is a username and password. Second factor, mobile application. So similar way, we can activate MFA on our AWS accounts. Click on activate MFA. We have multiple types here. The first one is virtual MFA device. When coming to this virtual MFA device, you can use your smartphone. You don't require a dedicated device. You can use your smartphone or a tablet or your desktop. You need to install one application in your mobile phone. You need to associate this account with that application. Then you can, while you are logging within that application, whatever the 6-digit code you have, give that code here. Okay, so that is the first option. Second option is security key. I'll talk about this. The third one is hardware MFA device. This is like a physical device. RSA token? Anyone aware? Even when net banking comes in 90s, okay, if you want to log into 1999, 2000, 2004, at that time, if you want to log in, they used to give one pen drive type of device that generate 5-digit code or 6-digit code. If you want to log in, you need to enter. So that is what token. So you have such type of devices available in market. Purchase one of the supported device. Then select that option here. You need to link the device to your AWS account. So then whatever the device, that PIN number the device is giving, you enter that, it will allow you to log in. Okay. So the middle one is more secure comparing to these two options. The middle one is UB2 key or Y2F key or UB key, basically. So if it's like a pen drive type of device, from whatever the account you want to log into your AWS account, so that must be connected to the laptop. Why I am saying it is more secure comparing to first and last one? The logic is simple. You forgot your phone at your home. You went to office and you are trying to log into your AWS account. And it asking for PIN. Then you can simply call to your home. You tell your phone password. Obviously, they know your phone password. Right. Ask them what is a PIN generating in that application. You enter that here, you can log in. Right. So you are able to bypass, you are able to log into your account, right? Even if it is a physical device also, you forgot the device at home. You call to your mom or wife and ask her, okay, what is the PIN it is showing? She will tell the PIN number, you enter and you log in. So you always don't need to carry the device with you. You just need that 6-digit PIN number generating. Less secure, secured only, but less secured. But the middle one, it is a pen drive type of device. If I want to log into my AWS account from this laptop, the device must connect it to this laptop, then only it allows me to log in. If I forgot at my home, what I need to do? I need to go and get that, or else I need to apply for work from home for the day. Right. So that is a second option. It's more secured compared to the remaining two. Okay. So I'm going to explain the first one. I've not purchased any device. These two is required a physical device. I'm going to use my smartphone to authenticate that. But what application? AWS don't have a dedicated application for this. AWS supports all the common applications we have in market. Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, Authy two-factor authenticator, right? So such type of commonly used applications AWS supports. So I already have Google Authenticator in my mobile. Okay. So this is how exactly Google Authenticator looks like. So first I need to click on get started. Now it is giving two options. Scan a QR code, enter a setup key. Okay. So I'm selecting virtual MFA device. Click on continue. Now here, when I click on show QR code, it is going to show a QR code. That QR code I need to scan. Right. So if your camera, you have a smartphone, but your camera is not working. In that scenario, scroll down, click on show secret key, enter this key in your phone. My camera is working. Scan a QR code. Okay, I scanned the QR code immediately. I got a 6-digit PIN number in this application. While activating, you should enter two consecutively generated PIN numbers. You should not skip any in between. This is the first code I got in this application, and this code is going to expire. Let's wait for 20 seconds. Okay, the code is going to expire now. It changed its color, and I got a new code. Now I need to enter that new code here. Then click on assign MFA. Now what happened? Virtual MFA is assigned to my AWS account. If I want to log into this AWS account, now let me sign out and let me sign in to this AWS account. So I'm selecting root user, email ID, click on next. Now you need my account password, you need my phone password also to get into my AWS account. Bit difficult, right? So click on submit, then it allow me to log in. Somehow you forgot and you uninstall this application or you lost your phone, right? Or your phone is working but the screen is not working. So in these scenarios, right? So you do have an option here, troubleshoot MFA. Click on this troubleshoot MFA option. You have not did anything, but the code is not activating. You can resynchronize. You just click on resync and give the two continuous codes, it will activate. Otherwise, sign in using alternative factors. Click on that. So whatever the email you have used here, you will get an email to that. You will get a link, verification link to that. So click on that verification link. Second, phone number verification. Whatever the phone number associated to your account, verify that phone number. So then sign in. Still not working, you do have an option to contact AWS support. Okay, so click on AWS support. Choose what is the issue. I still having problem and would like to contact AWS support. Select what is the problem. What is your account root user email address? Account ID, full name, that is not mandatory account ID. Full name, phone number, alternative phone number, what is the preferred language? Then submit. So then one of the AWS engineer will contact us and he will help us to get into our account. Okay. So yeah, let me quickly log in. This is strongly recommended from AWS to activate MFA. All right. So now I've logged into my AWS account. So first thing, are we going to use all the services and so if you click here, if you scroll down, you do have an option called view all services. Not working. Okay, right. So that guy will come. Right. So now we are going to have introduction to some of the commonly used services. So then we will discuss how to create an IAM user. And so first thing in this course, we are going to manage multiple components, right? We have multiple modules. We are going to manage multiple modules. So generally, so the common or important modules in this course is first IAM. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. Okay. So in this IAM, we are going to create multiple users. We can create 5,000 users in one single AWS account. Okay. Otherwise, you can integrate your existing users, Active Directory and all if you have any. If you don't know, forget about that. Don't worry. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So you can have n number of the users, 5,000 users here in one AWS account. Why? Why we need multiple users? The logic is simple. In a team, multiple guys are going to work and one guy is going to dedicatedly work on one particular module. Another guy is going to work on different module. So giving full permission to everyone is not at all secured. Giving permission to everyone is not at all secured. Okay. So if you gave root credentials to everyone, some guy deleted a server. So even if you observe logs, also what it will show? Root user got deleted it. So but root credentials is with 3 guys or 4 guys. So who will admit that? No one, right? So it's a bit difficult for management purpose. So we are going to create IAM users. For the user, what exactly permissions required, we are going to give that level permissions only. So that how we can do that, how we can create permissions, how we can restrict that, those all things we are going to discuss in IAM module. That is our first module in our course. So if you don't have any course link, I'll share that. I hope Naresh's team also dropped an email with that. So that is what we are going to discuss here in IAM. See, whatever the sessions we discussed so far, that is also part of our course content only. Introduction to cloud computing, service models, deployment models, account creation. This all we discussed, right? This is also part of our course. Okay. So generally demo means repeat everything, right? No, we already started the course. So that is the first IAM. So then after, we are going to start with the storage. So what is a storage in common terminology? So to store the objects, to store the data, store the information, we need a storage solution. So AWS have a storage solution called S3. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. Simple Storage Service. In simple, S3 is AWS version of Google Drive. What you can do with Google Drive? You can upload the file. Whenever you want to, you can download the file. You can share with some another AWS Gmail account users, or you can generate public accessible URLs also. Similar way, in S3 also, we can upload our objects or files. You can share with another AWS account user, or you can make it public. Whenever you want to, you can download the data. So if you observe this file, that URL works over the internet. How I am sharing it? With the help of S3 only. With the help of S3 only, I am sharing this object. I am sharing this document. Even if you type that URL in your browser, you can access it. Okay. So how exactly we can upload? How to make these public? Okay. What are all the options we have? Yes. What are all the options we have? Those all things we can discuss here you have. Those all things we can discuss here in this storage. Okay. So once we're done with the storage module, So then we are going to start with the compute. How to launch a server, how to get connected to the server, what are all the things we can do with that server, how to make it as a web server, how to create a load balancer to distribute the load across multiple servers. We need to have a load balancer. How to create the load balancer, how to access another resources from this server. These all things we are going to discuss as part of this compute. Okay, yes, please. MFA, multi-factor authentication. Sorry? I still didn't get that. Multi-factor authentication process you did not understood. Okay, I'll explain it again. Don't worry. Okay, if you ask at the time itself, like, I may explain it again, but now we started different thing, right? Give me some time, I'll explain it again. Right. So when coming to this compute, you know, we are going to launch servers and all. Within that server, to make it as a web server, obviously, we are going to execute some Linux commands and all. For that, we are going to discuss Linux operating system also. Very basic commands also I'm going to explain. Even if you don't have any experience, no issue. This is the right time to start with Linux operating system. I'll explain each and every command. You start with that. Okay. So once we're done with this compute module, so then we are going to discuss about AWS Systems Manager. So there is large number of servers, how we can manage, how to do the patching, how to get connected to it. Those all options we are going to discuss with Systems Manager option. So then Route 53, this is a hosting solution. So how to map a domain name? For example, google.com is mapped with an IP address. So if you want to know that, you just go to any terminal, just give ns lookup google.com. So this is the IP address of Google. Remembering this google.com is easy or this IP address is easy? So it's just like your phone book. How many contacts you have in your phone book? 800. So how many numbers is in your brain, in memory? 8. At least 8. 10. I have at least just 3 or 4. Okay. You see here, if I am giving that IP address, it's redirecting to google.com only. So remembering this number is obviously difficult. So whatever the server we are going to launch in AWS also, we are going to get such type of IP addresses. Those IP addresses definitely difficult to remember. How we can purchase a domain name, how we can map it, that we will discuss in this Route 53. Route 53 is a DNS service, domain naming system. The responsibility of DNS service is mapping IP address to name and vice versa, name to IP address. Okay, so then we will discuss about VPC, networking part. What is public IP? What is private IP? In simple, what is public IP and private IP? We'll discuss. Public IP address is a unique one across the globe. Okay, private IP address is unique within a network. For example, in your home, your mother will call you as a Avinash Reddy Tipparthi. No, right? If you want to call me, like she will call me like a Chinna Kanna Pujji. Right. So she's going to use one. And she's not going to call with same name, my brother. We both are going to have, if I'm Chinna, he's going to be Kanna. Right. So that works only within my home, right? It won't outside home. For example, if they'll ask me in Tirupati, in announcement, they are not going to call, hey, Chinna, come here. N number of the Chinnas come. Okay. They're not really referring me in public world. In public world, it's going to be Avinash Reddy Tipparthi only. Okay. So that is a public IP, private IP difference. So then what are the classes we have? So those all things we are going to discuss here in this VPC. Right. So then we are going to discuss about databases. We have storage. We have user management. We have compute management. we have hosting solutions, we have networking solutions, we have database solutions. These 6 are the primary modules we are going to learn in this course. By using these 6 modules, you can work on any service in AWS. These are the primary ones. Okay. Again, you are listening these words for the first time. It's definitely difficult to remember. So you will get habituated to it once course is in progress. Okay. So, but just remember one small thing. If I'm saying something like a S3, that is a simple storage service. It's a storage. If I'm saying EC2, that is nothing but a server. If I'm saying VPC, that is nothing but a network. If I'm saying RDS, that is nothing but a database. Just remember these for now. You even no need to remember relational database service, virtual private cloud, all this. VPC is a networking part. RDS is a database part. IAM is a user management part. Instance is nothing but a server. Just remember these for now. Now, to explore all these services, AWS is giving a free tier limitation. So you're giving your credit card information to create this account, right? You might worry about this. Like, AWS may cost you something for that. So, whenever you're creating any resource, you might have a fear. Okay. So basically, aws.amazon.com/free. This is a URL where you can find all the AWS free tier limitations. So here, some services are 12 months free. Some services are always free. Some services for certain period. For first 90 days, first 30 days, they will give for free. If you use once, you cannot reuse it again. Those are free trials. This 12 months free from the day of your account creation. First 12 months, you can explore those resources. So primary resources, IAM is free. Not only 12 months, it's always free. It's not going to cost us anything. S3, the service we have S3, right? S3 is an object-based storage. So S3 is going to give 5 GB free tier limitation. 5 GB free tier limitation. If you are practicing with simple text files, PDFs, Word documents, it's not even going to be 500 MB. So you can learn that service by utilizing that 5 GB free tier limitation. So that is a storage module. When coming to EC2 module, the servers. So when coming to EC2, all right. When coming to compute or EC2, when you navigate to compute, here you can see we are going to get 750 hours per month, one Linux instance, and 750 hours per month for Windows instance. You see here, 750 hours per month and 750 hours per month. So, in a month, what is the maximum hours we will get? 104. How that calculation work? Per day, 24 hours. Maximum days are 31. 744 is a maximum hours you will get per a month. Okay. So you are living in any other planet? Right. So, but here they are saying they are giving 750 hours. So that means if you are using one server, you can use it for an entire month. One Windows server, you can use it for an entire month. One Linux server, you can use it for an entire month. You still have 6 hours left. So if you are continuously working on only one server, no issue, nothing. But if you are practicing with 2 servers, always on day 1 itself, you have launched 2 servers, then what happened? Within 16 days, you are going to consume 750 hours. Remaining 14 days or 15 days, you need to pay. Okay. So to not get into such type of issues, what AWS is giving? AWS is giving an option to set up. AWS is giving an option to set up free tier limit alerts. So in left pane, you have an option. When you click here, when you go to billing dashboard, scroll down to left, and here we have an option called billing preferences. Select the billing preferences, scroll down, you see here, receive free tier usage alerts. If you enable this and if you give a valid email address, whenever you are 85% reached your free tier limitation, AWS will send an email. This is one example email. So they're saying, okay, I have configured free tier limitation. One of the service called S3, it's already consumed 85% of free tier limitation. I need to take care about this. Then I can stop using that service for this month. Then again, every month first, the value is going to be set to 0. From first onwards, again, I can start using this. Okay. So that is a alerting mechanism we can configure for free tier limitations. So compute also comes under free tier eligibility. Even we have load balancer, elastic load balancer. So the load balancer also, we are going to get 750 hours per month under free tier limitation. So one load balancer, you can use it for entire month for first 12 months. From the day of your account creation, first 12 months, you can utilize it. Okay. So then after we have discussed about systems manager, right? It is free always. So then we have discussed about databases and network. Network also free. One or two components involved with some pricing that we will discuss later. Databases, RDS. If you click on this database, you see here, again, we are going to get 750 hours per month. So to explore the services in AWS, from every service, one specific configuration AWS is giving for free. So if you're taking servers, so EC2 is the place where we launch servers, right? Whenever you're trying to create a server, you see here, there is an option, free tier eligible. There is a label, right? Free tier eligible, free tier eligible. But for this one, we don't have. For the third one, do we have that label? No, right? So if you are using these two, it's free. Even within 12 months also, if you are selecting this, yes, it might cost you. It will cost you, not might. Okay. So always you look for this free tier eligible label. We have a lot of resources comes under free tier eligibility. Okay. So go and pick the one coming under free tier eligibility. Then scroll down. Here, configurations. You see, free tier eligible. That is a defaultly selected option. Even you have overlooked and you have created this. Still, it will pick free tier eligible one only. Remaining all it not involved with any costing. You see here, this is free tier eligible. You will get up to 30 GB. You are creating with 8 GB. You are under free tier limitation only. So this configuration T2 Micro with a Linux configuration. If you want to go with the Windows, select Windows. In Windows also we have free tier eligibility one. Some not comes under free tier eligibility. So you just look for the tag. This free tier eligible tag is there or not. If it is there, confidently you launch that resource. If you don't have that, then don't touch it. Okay. If you are launching this or if you are launching this, doesn't make any difference for us. Okay. It's same only. The process is same. Connectivity thing is same. This will work bit slow. This works bit fast. Okay. So such type of differences will come, but the connectivity process, everything is going to be same. So AWS is giving these for learning purpose. not only for this service, you take any service. RDS is what service RDS is? Database service. So navigate to database service. Whenever you are creating, again it will tell you whether it comes under free tier eligibility or not. Navigate to databases. Whenever you are creating a database, okay. So you see here, whatever the database you are selecting, you can select it. Scroll down. Here you have an option called free tier. Select free tier. Then whatever are the options available under free tier, it will allow you to select only those. Remaining are grayed out. You see here, it's allowing us to select only this. We have remaining categories. Are we able to select this? Why? Because I selected free tier options only. Now, if you simply scroll down and create a database also, nothing will cost you. But if you are selecting this dev test or production environment, it will give you a lot of options to select. Is it coming under free tier limitation? No. So it's in our hand only. For giving credit card also, whenever you are launching a resource, if you are a bit cautious, you are not going to get charged anything. Even through AWS costed you something, it's your choice to pay the bill. Multiple times I forgot to pay the bill also, and AWS is going to suspend your account. If you want to reactivate, you go and pay it. Okay. So any pending bills in my case, here, bills you can find. It tells you what are the services you are using, orders and invoices, how many previous payments. Okay, you see this? I need to pay $3 approximately for this. I'm going to explore a lot of services. Okay, you see here, all these last 3 months payment I did on same day. I forgot. Account got suspended in a single day payment date. You see here. If you really want to pay, these are pending till that time. On a single day, I realized and I have did these 3 payments. Now, again, I can keep this payment for coming 2 months or 3 months. If I really want to, I can pay. Otherwise, I can leave it. Okay. So, but don't keep that in mind and don't launch high configuration servers. Right. So always be cautious. So that is one thing. Second thing, what if accidentally, okay, as I overlooked, I launched a resource, it is started costing. I even not observed that. Can we configure any alerting mechanism for that? Yes, we have an option called budgets. Navigate to budgets, create a budget. Okay, so here, monthly cost budget. Okay, what is your monthly estimation? $1 or 0.001 or 1 cent, right? You can give that whenever this is exceeding or whenever 80% utilization happened, then I want to get notification to all the given email IDs. Okay, it's going to notify us in 3 scenarios. When you actually reached 85% of this configured one. Actual spend reaches 100% when you reached 100%. Or if your forecast, current usage is forecasting like 100%. So then in all these 3 scenarios, we will get notification. You simply create a budget. Accidentally, if you lost any service, you set a simple $1 here or 50 cents here. Okay. So that's like a 35 rupees something. Now it is 40 rupees. Okay. Create a budget, you will get notification. Okay. So we have multiple options to get a notification if any service is costing you, if you launched any service. So these are options help us to keep our fear aside to provide our credit card information to AWS. You still are worrying about giving your card information? No, right? Yeah. Right. So these are the options we have. Now, let's start. Again, IAM is a bit lengthy topic. I'll give an introduction to IAM for now. Okay. So first, as I told you, let's take a simple scenario, guys. So you have, let's assume you have three members in team. Okay. Out of these three members, one guy, he want to access all the AWS services. One guy, he want to access all AWS services. Okay. So two more members join to the same team. So this guy, he have vast experience in storage, like a S3. So you want to limit him to work only on S3. So his all activities, jobs are related to S3. He recruited to work only on S3 service. You really don't want to give all permission to all services for this guy. Second guy. So you want to limit his access to S3. Third guy is there. You want to recruited this guy to perform only compute operations he need to work only on EC2, not on any other services. Not on any other services. Okay. The first guy, he required all permissions. But again, I don't want to give permission to change the billing information. I don't want to give permission to close the AWS account or changing the support plan. These options I really don't want to give the user one. Okay. But this user two, I want to provide access only on S3, user 3, I want to give access on only EC2. Now, is it okay if I gave root credentials to all these three users? What will happen if we gave root credentials to all these three? They can log in, but where is the restriction applied? Root account is unrestricted access. So the second guy need to work only on S3. Did we restricted him? Did we limited him to work only on S3? Not really. You have given root credentials, right? He can do anything. So it's not recommended to share root credentials to everyone we have in team. Generally, in organizations, root credentials, it will be available with client or project manager. Even you don't get any option to log in as a root user. Once you join to a project, you will get your IAM credentials. You will use that to log in. Even yesterday you have seen, right? I used IAM screen only to log into that account. I have not used root credentials. Okay. So you can create IAM user for all the three users. In future, if any new user comes also, create an IAM user, give that access, required access to him. So this guy want to work only on S3, provide S3 full access only. Third guy want to work on EC2, give EC2 full access only. Don't give more permissions than he required. That means you are not following industry best practice called least privileges mechanism. Least privileges mechanism means what exactly permission required to perform his job, you gave that permission only. Logic is simple. So this Naresh IT guys allow you to join only this AWS session. Can you go to Python and can you sit there? Will they allow? No, right? Why? You paid for it. You are allowed to sit here only. So that's the least privileges mechanism. Right. So always follow this least privileges mechanism. Okay. So now how to create these users, I will show you. Again, high level overview in detail in our next session. So navigate to IAM. Search for IAM. Go to IAM. You can manage permissions at user level or create a group. For example, multiple guys are there. They want work on single service instead of sharing permissions on user ID. Apply it group. Group mechanism is simple, guys. Okay, you want to invite all your college friends to your marriage. You are going to have a WhatsApp group. You are going to send an invitation there. So you have 60 friends in your 60 members in your classroom. Are you going to send that invitation for each and everyone? No, right? You are going to send an invitation in that WhatsApp group. And then you are going to consider this as a personal invitation. Why they will consider it as a personal invitation? when you are sending it in a group? No, right? Yeah. Okay. Keep that aside. Now, so we can create groups or you can create users. Now, I'm going to create a user who can work only on S3. Okay. So click on add user. I'm going to give a username. I'm going to call this guy as a S3 admin. Okay. In this scenario, second user. So now, how this user is going to log into our account? We have two types of access in our AWS account. Browser access, command line access. Browser access is nothing but management console access. Command line access is a programmatic access. So forget about that first one, go with the second one. AWS management console access. And you want to go with the auto-generated password or custom password? Auto-generated password. And also, I'm enforcing this user to create a new password. Why? Because Avinash is creating this user and Avinash is sharing these credentials to the S3 admin and Avinash know what is the auto-generated password. Later on, if any fight happened between this S3 admin and Avinash is going to log in. Why? Because he knows his password, right? And he's going to delete something, his job is gone. Right? So, the best standard mechanism is select this option. Whenever this S3 admin log in for the first time, he need to set up a new password for his account. Okay. So it's always recommended to enable this. Then click on next. Now, you want to create a group and you want to manage permissions at group level. You want to copy permission from an existing user or attach existing policies directly. Okay. So I'm going to select attach existing policies directly. Don't worry about those. We will discuss that later. So I'm going to select S3 full access. I'm searching for S3 full. Here you can see Amazon S3 full access. I'm selecting it. You want to give any tag, like you can give. Tag act as a metadata. The logic is simple. This tag concept is very simple. You went to a shopping mall. You want to purchase one shirt, but there is no tag for it. Do you know the price? Do you know the washing instructions? When it is manufactured? When we have tag, you can get all that information. You no need to call any sales executive. If you don't have a tag, you need to call him. Similar way, when multiple users are working in same project, if we are giving valid tags, if any other guy joins later, he can look into the tag and he can easily understand. Okay, for example, for what project this guy got created. So for for a client one POC, this guy got created. Okay, who created this? Avinash created this. So what department this guy belongs to? Okay, he belongs to IT department. So now in future, even if I forgot, I can look at these tags and I can recollect the things, right? But it's purely optional. Okay, click on review, then click on create user. Fine. Now user got created. A user got created. This is a username. Here is a password. So you can download this information into a CSV format file. Click on the download. Same information is downloaded here. Okay. So now how this user can log in? As I told you, in a single AWS account, we can create 5,000 users. But those 5,000 users really don't know the email ID of my root user, right? Okay. So what they know? So if you observe, whatever the file I have downloaded, it contains username, it contains password. How this S3 admin can log into AWS account? You see here, console login link. So in his browser, You need to enter this URL. Then it will ask him to enter username and password. Then he need to provide his username and password. Then he can log in. Okay, so let's log in as this user. I'm not going to use same browser. One browser support one AWS session at a time. I already working as a root user here, right? If I want to log in as this S3 admin, I need to sign out and I need to log in as that user. Any alternative option? Incognito mode. Or take another browser. Okay. Click on these three dots. Click on new incognito window. So now, here, whatever the sign-in URL we got for this user, copy that, give that here. Now, it picked the account ID automatically. You see here, directly it is asking us to log in as an IAM user. It's not giving any option to log in as a root user and all. So this URL, you observe here 12-digit account ID is picked here automatically. Then we have IAM username. Username is S3 admin. This is the password. Username is S3 admin. I have given the password. Then click on sign in. Okay, it is enforcing me to create a new password. Given the old password, I'm setting up a new password. It must follow some standards. How to set up that standard is our next session topic. Click on confirm password change. So now I have logged into same AWS account, not to different AWS account. Whatever the account I'm operating here, but here I'm operating as a root user. Here I logged in as a IAM user. How we can confirm that? Click on this top right corner. You see this? You are working as an IAM user. Your username is S3 admin. If you go to this screen, if I click here, is it showing anything like IAM user and all? No. We are working as a root user here. In this browser, we are working as a IAM user. All right. Now, this guy have access only on S3. Let's navigate to S3. Navigate to S3. And here it is showing some resources. Okay. So for testing purpose, click on create bucket. Give some random ID. Don't give any special characters and all. Give some random ID. Leave everything to default. Create a bucket. The bucket created successfully. Bucket is nothing but a folder. It created successfully. So can we confirm this S3 admin have access on S3 service in this account? Okay, fine. Now the same guy, like, he's working on S3. Fine. Suddenly he realized, okay, do I have only permission on S3? Do I have permission on any other services? So he went to do EC2. He went to do EC2 and you see here, all errors. He went to do instances. It's saying you are not authorized to perform. He's trying to launch instance. Okay. He's trying to find this. It's trying to load. Okay. He picked some and is trying to find an error occurred. He's trying to find some not authorized. So he is able to work only on S3. He's not able to touch any other services. Okay. Not able to touch any other services. So obviously, he need to work only on S3, not on any other services. Similar way, I want to create another IAM user. I want to create another IAM user who can work only on EC2, not on any other service. Logic and mechanism is same. Go to users, add user, username. I'm going to call this user as an EC2 admin. Password, auto-generate password. User must create a new password. Permissions, attach existing policies directly. Or we created this S3 admin sometime back, right? Do you want to provide similar permission as this user? Then go and select. But that is not my requirement. So I can go and select the third option, or else I can go to the first option. I can create a group, and I'm going to call this group as a EC2 admins. And the permission also I'm applying at group level, EC2 full access. Then create a group. You see here, I created a group called EC2 admins. To that group, I attached a policy called EC2 full access. And I'm adding this user to a group. Permissions are going to come from group level, not directly attaching to user. Then click on next. Tags, if you want, you give. Then click on review. Then create user. All right. So now EC2 admin user got created. We got a password. So by using this username and password, the sign in link, we can log in. I'll do one thing. I'm going to sign out as S3 admin. I'll log in as a EC2 admin. Sign into the console. Account ID. So that is nothing but this URL. If you give this URL, it picks automatically. Or you can even download it as a file and you can copy information. So the username is EC2 admin. Password is auto-generated one. Again, it is enforcing me to create a new password. I'm setting up a strong and secured password. Confirm password change. I've logged into this AWS account as a EC2 admin. So let me navigate to EC2 first. You see here, is it giving any error? I can go to instances. I can launch instance. Earlier, when I click here, it give an error. When I click here, it give an error. But now, no error, nothing in EC2. Let's go to S3. Navigate to S3. You see, I have lot of buckets here in this account. I have lot of buckets, but you see here, it's not showing anything. At least, can I click on this create bucket option? No. Why? This user have valid access on EC2. So he can work only on EC2. So that is the IAM user purpose. If you want to limit a user to work only in specific services, we use it. Okay. So support user, their job is monitoring the resources. If any resource is unhealthy, immediately inform to respective team. For them, just read-only access is fine. Do they really require full access on all the services? No, right? They may misuse it. You are responsible for that. So that is a IAM purpose. So what is policy? How to create a policy? Like, what are the predefined policies, custom policies? Those all we will discuss in our coming 3 sessions. Okay. This is just an introduction to IAM. All right. So yeah, create an AWS account and keep it ready by Monday. We don't have session tomorrow. Generally, when batch starts, right? First Saturday, we are not going to have sessions. So you need to complete your payment things and all with Naresh IT. Okay. So then Monday onwards, again, we will start with IAM, user creation. I'm not going to repeat again account creation, all these things. We are going to be already into the course, well, progressing into the course. So in next session, we will discuss how to create an IAM user, how to create policies, how we can limit that accesses, how to set up a password policies. These all things we will discuss in our Monday session. We don't have session tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Yes. So your question, when coming to your question, so multi-factor authentication. So I'm going to repeat that multi-factor authentication. Whoever did not understood, you can follow now. All right. For example, this is my AWS account. Now I am logging as a root user. You guys seen my username. You guys started guessing my password. Somehow you got my password. Then you logged into my AWS account. And once you logged into my AWS account, you see here, simply you can select these options and you can click on close account. Who is going to get affected with that? I. So having only username and password is not secured always. So on top of that username and password, I want to add one more step to the login process. For that purpose, what we can do is we can use our smartphone to add that additional step. So we have supported applications like a Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator. Install that application and keep it ready. Okay, so once you install that application and you keep it ready, what you can do here is you can click on activate MFA. So now I don't have MFA, guys. Let's see what happens if I don't have MFA. Sign into the console, root user, given my email ID, given my password, I've logged in. Is it asking for any additional codes? No, right? Now I want to add additional step. Click here, security credentials, multi-factor authentication, activate MFA. I'm going with virtual MFA. So I already have that application in my mobile. Let me delete that existing one. Okay, so then select virtual MFA, click on continue. So now I'm going to scan this QR code. Okay, immediately I got 6-digit PIN number. I'm entering that consecutively generated 6-digit PIN number. Consecutively generated, you should not skip any in between. Then it won't activate. You need to enter 2 continuously generated ones. Okay, the code is going to expire now. So I got a new code. Then click on assign MFA. Now multi-factor authentication is activated. Earlier, when I'm trying to sign in, just a username and password. Now I have signed out. I'm signing it to my account again. I'm giving my email ID. I'm giving my password. Now you see it is asking me to enter MFA code. So whatever the code my mobile application is generating, that code I need to give here. Then only I can log in. Otherwise, I cannot log into my AWS account. So as this AWS contains lot of critical resources in organizations, in production account, you are going to work with $10,000, $20,000 per month bill resource also. There, if your root account is compromised, it went to some hacker. He will change all the passwords and he will ask for ransom. You send 5 Bitcoins or 10 Bitcoins, then only I'm going to give you a password. Then, obviously, if you want that resource, you need to pay. It's like a blackmailing. So to not get into such type of scenarios, we can add such type of factors. Okay. So clear, ma'am? Okay. Okay. So here, Naresh team shared the payment information and all in chat box. So please copy that. If my existing account is suspended, later I have opened a new account, can I transfer the data in old account to new account? See, we can transfer servers data from one account to another account, but both accounts should be in active state. Account is already suspended. There is no option to get your data unless you reactivate it. If you reactivate it, yes, you will have your data. The period is 90 days. Post closure period is 90 days. If you reactivate your account within 90 days, you can have all your servers and all. But if you don't do that within 90 days, your all resource will delay. You cannot get it back. Hope that answer your question, Raghuvira. Send me document. These all we are going to. I'm going to share from Monday onwards. Just this weekend, refer AWS documents. From Monday onwards, I'm going to share all the documents. What is difference between root user? I hope you got answer for that question, Raghuvira Reddy. Okay. Do we have class tomorrow? No, we don't have class session tomorrow. Can you send your contact number? No, you can contact me over LinkedIn. In IAM, there are tags. There is user group. What does